Hello and welcome to Footy Judgment. Listen, Phil Foden told everybody it's my league, to be honest. Like yesterday's performance was absolutely sensational from Phil Foden. Kevin De Bruyne with ease. Okay, this Man City team, people said they might not look the same. I said they might not look the same. And yes, I still stand by it, but they have a lot of individual brilliance. And Pep Guardiola isn't fearful of anyone. They fall 1-0 behind. And listen, the comeback, the calmness on the ball. This Man City team is gonna be their league, and everybody has to battle them for it. I think Liverpool have a chance. Arsenal will have a chance for this league, but we'll talk about this, of course. And also, is this Mikel Arteta telling everybody that is my place and he deserves to stay more? And what about Jurgen Klopp? And yesterday we spoke a little bit about the timing of the announcement didn't affect the players, or this is just a small problem that happened, and it will go away. Listen, we'll talk about this, but I'm here with Jerry James. We'll talk about it. So if you are here, hit that like button. Listen, Man City yesterday, Jerry, how are you feeling first? And listen, tell me, how are you feeling after watching this brilliant Man City yesterday?
Feeling of inevitability. You know, when you were pressing me on previous shows about whether Liverpool can, whether they're favourites, that, you know what I mean, Liverpool fans are hiding. They don't want to say they're favourites. They want to wait until the last moment. A sense of inevitability, really. Fantastic performance from Foden, coupled by the fact that, you know, De Bruyne's back, Haaland's back, the team looks fully fit. Was at the Arsenal game as well, at the Emirates. So, yeah, I mean, felt the pain firsthand, and yeah, watching the game with optimism, and you know, it's the hope that kills you. And for a few moments, I had a bit of hope, looking at, you know, oh, Brentford might be able to go and do something here, but you know, let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. City just business as usual. Dominated the game in every aspect. Brentford had a good game plan, but yeah, they're looking strong. And just as you alluded to, man, it's their league and everyone's going to have to fight them for it.
But you still listen. One of the things that I spoke about, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're watching this on the replay, you know what to do. You hit that like button. Listen, Liverpool are still 2 points ahead of Man City, if I'm not mistaken. Man City have to win their game in hand against Brentford. Looks like they're going to win it, but they're still coming to your ground. I just want to say that that's Man City performance. They still fell behind yesterday. The defense is still leaking. But Jurgen Klopp yesterday literally played 5 players to defend and 5 to attack, with the 2 fullbacks going all the way high. Gavardio was so high on the pitch. This is the way that that Pep plays. Is like you smother the opposition, you don't give them a chance. Do you believe Liverpool can beat Manchester City? Because I believe this is the game that might decide the league. Looking at this and looking at the Liverpool game against Arsenal, do you believe Liverpool can win against Man City at Anfield?
If you were to look at the Arsenal game, no, 100% not. What I would allude to is that, what I've kind of just say is, when Arsenal pressed us really high in that half, there were a few opportunities for Liverpool to go very, very direct. And I think Carragher alluded to it on Monday Night Football. If you had gone a bit more direct, there was a few times Jota was free in space, able to run with the whole, with half the pitch to run into if you could find him. You had Diaz in space a few times. You had Núñez in space a few times as well. So Liverpool, look, that was a shocking performance against Arsenal, but we still managed to get a goal. Now, Liverpool don't perform like that in every game. Now, if Liverpool can score goals, they can threaten this Man City team. And we saw yesterday, Brentford, with just one long ball going very, very direct, were able to go and score. A few times they caught them out. I remember Reguilon had a very, very good game, in fact, was actually able to get in behind Walker and play passes. And it was that last-minute tackles from Ruben Diaz. They had long throws, which really made Man City uncomfortable. And I think we can't beat Man City at what they're doing, but we have to go and play a more direct game and maybe change what we have to do to beat Man City. And I think it's a possibility because we can score goals and we've got quality. We just have to show it. And so far this season, if we're being honest, we've beat the one team in the top 6 once.
Jerry, why is that? Why did the Arsenal game change a lot of people's opinion about Liverpool? Why that game?
I would assume that game is obviously a big game, isn't it? It's a big game that matters. It would have pushed us 8 points clear at the time. Yeah, now obviously we're 2 points clear before obviously Man City played 2 points clear at the table from Arsenal. So a lot of fans looking at Liverpool, looking at this game and, the Chelsea game and this game in particular to be the benchmark of what Liverpool are going to go and do for the remainder of the season, then faltering like this in a game which they could have easily lost 5-1, 6-1, because in that first half, we were lucky to go in one. We would have been lucky to go in 1-0, let alone having a draw. So I think it skewed people's opinions on how good Liverpool actually are. And of course, you're only as
But
good
you
as
were
your.
missing. Okay, so I'm looking at this game. Trent wasn't fit. You had no Indo. You had no Salah. Szoboszlai was injured. Robertson, even though I believe Gomez is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at this game, and I wanted, listen, I actually wanted to tell people won't believe me when I say that, and they think I have agendas. This game, if I learned anything from this game, I learned that Arteta can really manage big games, can really make it happen for his team. And Jurgen Klopp needs the tools to work with, right? And he didn't have the tools. Like, he asked Gravenberch to do the same job as Szoboszlai or Henderson used to do, and they did it absolutely terrible, to be honest with you. While Arsenal worked with what they have. Yes, Arsenal sometimes struggle, but again, I don't think actually we learned a lot about Arsenal in this game. The reason why I'm saying that, and people won't believe me, because we knew that Arsenal can play against a team that doesn't defend deep, and Liverpool don't defend deep. We know that Arsenal can tear teams apart in spaces because of the quickness of Martinelli, Saka one-on-one with spaces. We knew that. It was about the one-on-ones. It was about how individuals perform. I thought Liverpool, to be honest, they had 4xG, if I'm not mistaken. It was 3.7 or 3.8, something like this.
Yeah, Arsenal had like 3.
Yeah, 3.7 or something, which it doesn't happen against Liverpool. Which it doesn't happen against Liverpool. And again, I'm gonna, to be honest, looking at this Liverpool team, I haven't changed my opinion. I think you still have an equal opportunity as City to win the league. Equal. I said it before. I said if Liverpool win against Man City at Anfield, which is more likely than not, looking at the history, looking at how Liverpool play football, I think Liverpool are more likely than not to win against City at Anfield, especially if Salah is going to be back, especially Szoboszlai, Thiago will be embedded in the squad, Indo will be back. I think you have all the tools to win against Manchester City. And at that point, whoever is going to win this game, it's their league to lose. It's simple. In my opinion, it is very simple.
I agree. I think, again, we will have to. I think we've got 4 games now until we play City. These 4 games will be telling. If Liverpool drop points in these 4 games and don't win every single one of these 4 games, in my opinion, then that City game doesn't matter. So what we have to do now is, it is what it is. Bad day at the office. I think Arsenal needed the win more than Liverpool. And what I mean by that is Arsenal needed, for their own belief, not only their position in the table, but they needed to feel as though, okay, we're in it still. If they had lost this game, mentally, they would have just said, oh, okay, look, we're off the boil here. They haven't lost that game. They actually performed really, really well. We're able to beat Liverpool. They're in the mix now. As you said, they still have a chance to go win the league. All Liverpool can do now is win their games and see where they are for the City game, and then see how important a victory over City is in that game. Because if City drop points within that period, then of course the dynamic changes. But going on the basis that City will win all their games, we have to just win all of our games and then have that battle with them at Anfield. But yeah, I get why some fans might look at Liverpool tentatively, because again, at the beginning of the season, no one gave Liverpool a chance to be in for a title race. I didn't either. So looking at Liverpool's trajectory, how they've done this season, and then seeing them fall to here, some people, a minority, will look at that and be like, oh, okay, well, they're just reverting back to type. This was just, this was inevitable. This
Oh.
Liverpool team was going to go and drop off. So I don't think that, but I get it. I get it from some.
Do you know I didn't realize? People in the chat, no one told me that Man City will have an extra game played when they play Liverpool.
Yes, because
So Man City will go to Anfield, most likely top of the league. So the pressure will be on Liverpool. I actually never thought about it this way. Oh, this is I think this changes things.
But that's
for
why
me.
I was saying that. That's why I was saying we have to just win all of our games and then just assess when we are where we are for the game. I think we have to just look at that game individually. Right
And you're
now,
assuming that Man City will win all their games.
Of course. I think.
Why people assume that Man City will win all their games?
Because they've done this for multiple seasons now, Mo. And regardless of what you think of City, you've just look at what they look at yesterday's performance. Yeah. Look at yesterday's performance. It was they went a goal down, but there was just no panic from Pep Guardiola. There was no panic from the players. It was just a sense of inevitability of, oh, we are going to go and win. Even myself, I'm sitting there watching the game with optimism, thinking, oh my God, can Brentford score another one? But deep down, I knew, okay, Haaland's going to put a ball into Haaland. Haaland will get his head on it, and it's going to be a goal. All right, I got it wrong. It wasn't Haaland, but it was Foden instead that got a hat-trick. The player that we've discussed and spoke about, not being able to fulfill his potential, being moved around on the pitch. He's now playing central. Lo and behold, they got their win, and it was a 3-1 win. It was very, very comfortable.
Bro, the goalkeeper had 9 saves in the first half.
Now Flecken was fantastic.
And they are like, they were like, some of these shots were like amazing. Like Man City, to be honest, they were scintillating. They were, oh my, like I set the game for the neutral. You know what is going to happen. But some of these plays from Manchester City were ridiculously good. Like Kevin De Bruyne is so slick. It's unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable.
I recall in the game where he got the ball and Guardiola was giving it to him and he's made a run, like an inverted run in between. And he just played the ball over the top. And it was like a distance of 5 yards. It's gone that much. It's gone about 2 inches over the head of the defender, straight into Guardiola, and Guardiola volleys it over. And I'm like, oh my God. And this is a player that's played 3 games now since the Newcastle game? 2 games? Is this his 3rd game, maybe? Come on. Look at that ball we played for Foden. That's the X factor. And they've just got the X factor now. It's Haaland doesn't have to score and they win 3-1.
Yeah, this is what yes, you're absolutely 100% right. Haaland doesn't have to score 50 goals for them now. Phil Foden can score, De Bruyne can score, Alvarez had 7 goals in the last 7 games, if I'm not mistaken. Now, everybody is chiming in goals. If you bench Haaland, who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares, bro? To be honest, again, it's Pep Guardiola. People, to be honest, like, listen, people that, oh, Mo, why do you say Pep Guardiola is this? Bro, the guy creates a system that works in the league. It works. It works, to be honest. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's on anybody else in the league to win against him. It's nuts, bro. Like, I'm looking at this and but however, Liverpool, you are still there. You have a fantastic team. And the Arsenal game is a blip. Is not something like, listen, you have Salah, you have Van Dijk, you have Alisson. Yeah, Alisson made a mistake, but he doesn't make mistakes often. I believe you're still in it. Without a shadow of a doubt, you're still in it.
No, but 100% we're in it. The question is, and look, every team's, is entitled to have a blip, especially this Liverpool team that's gone and lost 2 games now in the league. I mean, to go unbeaten in the whole league is unprecedented. We lost 1 in the first half of the period. We've lost the second now. The question is, can Liverpool now sustain a run of being unbeaten now? Not saying wins, but unbeaten. And who can be more consistent out of City and Liverpool? And the question is that
why
blip
are you? I
going
feel
to be detrimental?
why you are in your voice. I'm feeling you're not as confident as before. Why? This is Arsenal at Emirates. Like,
it's Arsenal at Emirates, but Liverpool. We always speak about, you just alluded to the fact that the team that can beat City, you have to beat City in order to go and win the league. And I know it sounds cliche, but you have to, not in terms of beat them in the league, you have to beat them in their games. You have to. We've drawn to City, and we've beaten Chelsea once. Out of every other team in the top 6, we've either drawn or lost. We haven't been able to win. So we're not beating the traditional top 6 in games, in one-off games. We're doing really well because we're not losing these games, but we need to start winning these games. And until we can win them, that's going to be a problem. I'm looking at City's fixtures now, and they are facing Everton next in the league. Then they've got Chelsea. Then it's Brentford again. Brentford at home, Bournemouth away, Man United away, and then
Man United at home.
at Anfield.
Man United at home.
No, Man United at home. Sorry, Man United at home. Man United at home. Sorry, I read it wrong. So Man United at home.
Tyler,
where do you see the optimism as a neutral for Liverpool? From a Liverpool fan's perspective, do you look at Brentford?
I'm looking at Bournemouth away. Maybe I'm looking at, I don't know, Chelsea might be able to defend, even though they are terrible.
Come on. You don't even believe that, Mo. Look at the grin on your face. Chelsea now. A back-to-back 4-piece. A back-to-back 4-piece.
No, not even close. So, yes.
I don't know. Now, Liverpool have to win all their games. On top of, this whole news of Klopp leaving, it was supposed to galvanize the players.
It didn't.
And
oh my God, you play Brentford away.
Yes.
You play Brentford away, and this is the only game that and you play and then you play Forest away. It's not easy though, but
it's not easy, and what my issue is, and I always discuss.
So you think Liverpool have more chances than you? Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal have more? Okay, this is gonna.
I don't think Arsenal have more chance, but I just think City. If City go clear, it doesn't matter about me or Arsenal chances at that point. If City are just fast superior, if we lose against City and they win every single one of their games, for me, it's their favourites now, and they're going to just run away with it, in my opinion. If Liverpool drop any points between now and the City game, we're out of it. So there's 2 factors that could contribute to Liverpool being not out of the title race, but our chance has been significantly reduced. I'm looking at City. I don't see them losing a game at all. For me, maybe the United game. Maybe United can do something, but the way the football gods work, why would United ever do a favour? Maybe. I don't know. This is my optimism. This is hope, and hope kills you. If I'm being logical, I'm looking at those fixtures. Come on. We just have to do we just have to do the business. And can Liverpool do the business? That's the question. And then I guess we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see, guys. Over 160 of you here, so hit that like button, guys. I don't know why you're not. How many likes? We're not even on 100 likes. So come on, people, hit that like button. Get your questions in. Get your questions in, please. If you want to get involved with the conversation, like the damn video underneath your live chat. City. Okay, I want to speak a little bit about Phil Foden. Listen, Phil Foden down the middle is different than Phil Foden that play on the right side, to be honest with you. He's a clear guy that plays. Yesterday, I saw Bernardo Silva on the side. I saw Phil Foden. He's so silky behind the forward. He moves everywhere. And do you think Foden, and I wanted to ask you this, do you think Foden is Trent's level in terms of like a youngster that is coming from the youth team? Do you think he's Trent's level?
Talent-wise, 100%.
Okay.
23? 24?
23, yes.
23, 24, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. Talent-wise, I mean, there's an argument to say he's more talented. There's an argument to say in terms of what he can do with the ball at his feet, in terms of dribbling, control of the ball, his touch, his ability to score. 100%. Of course, they play in different positions, so there's a different requirement of what they're going to be able to go and do. But 100%, I think if Liverpool had a Foden-esque player in midfield, the team would be built around him. City are just in a position where they don't have to go and do that, or there hasn't been a pressure to go and do that with Foden, with the likes of De Bruyne in the team, Bernardo Silva in the team. They bought Grealish for 100 million. And Foden's just been that player that's been more often than not in the past used in multiple positions. Now he's playing central. We discussed this. We were actually on this channel with and we discussed this where we were talking about Foden and discussing whether him moving in multiple positions is actually hindering his development and whether he can reach the heights he can or the heights we think he can due to his ability. Him playing in the midfield now, having that free role, I don't know how you pick him up. I really don't know how you pick him up, especially in this City team. You pop up on the right, he's linking up with Walker. He pops up on the left, he's linking up with Vardio. He's making runs of Haaland. He's just everywhere. And unless you do a man marking job, I don't know how you contain that type of his ability, being able to pop up all around the pitch, as well as having to concentrate on Haaland, De Bruyne, and everything else that's going on. Bernardo Silva keeping with. It's a problem. It's a problem, man. He's a problem. He's so talented, so talented.
Now, when I was watching Trenton yesterday, I said, when I was watching Foden, you know, in the beginning of the season, I said that Foden has to make a position his, and I still stand by this. He's very fluid, yes, but we saw yesterday, and we saw in the last games, that when he plays centrally, Foden can offer you so much. He can offer you a lot in that central position, to the point that in this City team, he is really unplayable because there are so many outlets out there, and he's free in that middle. He can pass, he goes. Yesterday, in the goal that he made that later on, and Kevin De Bruyne found him when he scored the header. This is something that you do not see from Foden when he plays on the side. It's Pep Guardiola actually utilizing him very, very well. And I actually think that he can be one of the reasons why Man City will win the league or will win the Champions League. I saw him in the Champions League final against my team. I saw him absolutely play very, very well in that central position. Listen, this is where Man City comes clutch. It's not only about X factor, Salah, Van Dijk. It's about all these very, very, very good footballers that can play with Pep and can win you games. Foden won them the game yesterday. It's as simple as that. He did what Salah does for Liverpool. He did what Van Dijk does for Liverpool. Van Dijk does it defensively. Foden did it because Haaland missed a one-on-one chance, and then Foden pops up, scores 3 goals. These are X factors. Man City are creating X factors. It's not only a system player. They are making X factors. It's scary, though. It is absolutely scary, to be honest. I'm looking at this. Yeah. And the thing about it is that they are playing under Pep Guardiola. It's not that they are playing, with all due respect, under Eric Ten Hag or Pochettino. They are playing under Pep. You know what I mean? Like, look what he did with Alvarez in the beginning of the season when Alvarez was scoring every game. Now Foden is scoring every game. Kevin De Bruyne is back. No problem. We'll fix the midfield. We'll make it work. We don't have to bench anyone. It is scary. And Foden is a massive part of it. And I'm watching this guy and I'm like, you're 23 years old. You really have the talent. You just needed your coach to utilize it. And I'm liking what I see. And it is scary, to be honest. It is very scary.
Yeah, look, he's been on the scene for what? 6-7 seasons since he was 17 years old, right? You know, when you just become accustomed to a player, right? Belling was the new talk in town. When Pedro and Gavi came about, it's like, oh, there's something new. You've got Yamal at Barcelona. It's everything something new. What we're seeing him do, the talent, we're so accustomed to it, and the fact that he's playing in the City team, I think it goes underlooked. I was seeing him drop deep, collecting the ball off Ederson while scoring a hat-trick. Think about that. He's not in positions in that game to necessarily score the hat-trick. He's collecting the ball. He's the deepest midfielder at times because Rodri's somewhere else. He's able to go and pop the ball off and still arrive into the box. He scored a header and he scored two finishes. I mean, if he scored with his right foot, it would have been a perfect hat-trick. That's what your creative midfielder's doing, and he's only 23. He's top, man. There's nothing else to say. He's just a top player.
Can I ask you something? Do you believe that Phil Foden can do it in a different team, not with Pep? What are you thinking? You're hesitant to answer.
I think because it's a good question. It's a good question because, again, when he's got the ability to free roam in that middle of the park, the opposition also have to take into consideration, we can't just follow him because we're going to leave space for De Bruyne. We can't follow him because Bernardo Silva's keeping with. We've got to watch Haaland. We've also got Doku or whoever's playing out wide. It causes so many other problems. We've got Rodri that's controlling the game and he can get a goal. Could you go and do it in another team? 100%. How effective that would just be down to the team. We've seen Cole Palmer leave City and look how effective he was. Imagine City let go of Foden instead of Cole Palmer. Foden was in the City team. I think he'd be performing better than Palmer. I think, of course, he's better than Palmer in my opinion. So yeah, he could. Could he do it to that level? Hat tricks? Can he sustain that? Hat tricks every game and goals and assists every other game? I don't know, but he'd be a top player. And if anything, he looks like the type of player that thrives on being the center of attention. So he wants to play in the center because he wants the game to run through him to a certain extent. So if a team was built around him, he'd be top. He'd be top.
Absolutely, absolutely. Super chat here from Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, for supporting. Thank you for everybody sending super chats to support the channel. Almost 200 people here, guys. Get that like button. Oh, LB raid. Yes. Yes, LB. Yes. Thank you, LB, for the raid. Appreciate you, buddy. We're talking about your team, but we aren't ripping them apart. We're praising them to the point that we're becoming Man City fans at this point. Big up for everybody joining from LB. People, thank you so much. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Ryan is saying overreaction after one game. Trent has been great all season, just had one bad game. We will win the league. JJ and the corrupt, I'm disappointed in you. Did you guys watch Man City?
Mo, but hold on. Did I say anything about Trent?
No, we're speaking about Foden versus Trent. Which one is better? Like, come on.
No, you didn't even say if they're better. You just said, are they on the same level? I said, yeah.
Yes, because I heard Hussam say. So here's the thing, to be honest. I heard Hussam say that Trent is a generational talent. Is completely different than Foden. And I'm like, well, I can't judge Foden until he plays regularly. And now he's playing regularly in the position that he was meant to play. And he looks ridiculously good. It's not it's what I mean is that Trent sometimes win you a game, right? Trent sometimes completely dominates the pitch. Does Foden can do that? Can Foden win you the game by himself? Yes. Because I've seen that yesterday. I've seen that. And in my opinion, yes, they are very talented. There are 2 years different than them. Imagine if Foden stays until he's 25 years old under Pep Guardiola. You see the difference, to be honest. The guy is developing. He's becoming an absolute amazing guy. Listen, I'm not sure. Like, people just want to say, oh, Foden. I actually was hesitant about Foden in the beginning of the season because I saw Pep Guardiola playing Alvarez in the midfield instead of Foden and putting Foden on the right side. So I'm like, does he trust him? Now he does. Look at the formation. Look where Foden plays. And it's just, I believe that Foden is fantastic. He's actually now proven me wrong. So I'm seeing it. I'm actually seeing the light now with Foden. But he has to continue play like this. And for Liverpool, listen, I'm going to say this was a blip. For people to, it's not Liverpool. If Alisson didn't make that mistake, could have walked away, being the completely the team that shouldn't get anything. Could have walked to the point. Could have walked to the point. It's as simple as that, in my opinion. And I want to switch a little bit to Arsenal, and I wanted to talk to you about Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. The reason why I want to speak about Arsenal is that what does this game tell us? Because I looked at this game and said, yeah, this is what this can do is that can fix the morale of Arsenal. It proves that they can win big games against hurdles, right? Arteta can make a very, very good plan. But is this the kickstart of the season? Is this the time where do you believe Arsenal can go on a run now? Because I want to look at their games. Do you believe Arsenal can make it? They play West Ham away. They play Newcastle at home. Sheffield away is they play Chelsea, and then they play Man City away. They play Brentford. Do you believe by the time they reach Man City game, they can win every single game?
they look, they can. On paper, they should. That is going to be the question posed at Arsenal. Is if you base it on the first half of the season, from September, from end of August, September to January, right? They drop points. I look at these fixtures. Brentford, it's at home, but that's been a problem for them before. West Ham will be a problem for them, especially at not Upton Park, but the London Stadium. Newcastle, maybe. Like, look, they should. They've obviously got Chelsea in there as well, which obviously, depending on, like, I think they can beat Chelsea as well. But they should, on paper, beat all of these teams. The question is, are they going to be consistent? Are we going to be having the discussion surrounding Saka again, saying, what does Saka do? He can't score a goal. He's not really affecting the game. I don't know. This is going to be on Arteta to be able to go and manage this team. And look, he was able to go and do it in this game. And he showed he can manage a big game. Every game from now to the City game, just as it is for Liverpool, is going to be a very, very big game. And they have to go and stay in it for as long as possible. So they need to go and match, if not better, Liverpool and City from now on to that City game until they can go and face them. If they can't do that, then they can drop points. And I wouldn't begrudge anyone. I don't think it's off the boil or off the mark to say that Arsenal could potentially drop points because they did it earlier on in the season. Even if it's a draw, a couple draws.
I'll look at Arsenal, and I think this game, it won't tell. Okay, this game is only good for Arsenal. Won't like that. You guys won't like this in the chat. But I'm looking at this game, to be honest, and all I can say is that I was wrong about Arsenal in this game. It's still on Arsenal to prove to people that you can beat low blocks. You did it against Nottingham Forest, yes. But consistently, are you going to be able to beat the teams that you struggled against? Like, are you going to be able to go to West Ham and win the game? I actually think if Arsenal win against West Ham, I think this is the game. Liverpool is one hurdle. West Ham away for them this Sunday. If they win that game, I think this West Ham game is the kickstart of the second part of the season. It's not the Liverpool. It's this West Ham game. I believe they can win the West Ham game, of course, because West Ham looked absolutely horrible the other day, right? They looked absolutely atrocious against Manchester United. But I think it's this game, going to a London rival, going to West Ham away, winning that particular game is going to send a message. It's going to be, say, listen, we win against the big team at home, and we go away to the mid-table teams like West Ham, and we grab the points. That West Ham game at home, that Fulham game that they lost, it looks like it was a blip now. It looks like it was a blip. Like, if they win this game, I actually don't know why people, like, I doubted Arsenal because I didn't like the way they played football. I thought it was too slow. Even against Forest, it was very, very slow. And I think this controlled football is in it. He played very direct against Liverpool, which proved like a very, very good way of playing. I actually believe that Arsenal need to reach the goal with the shortest point. And if they do that, they will score goals. Havertz in tight spaces. Is it the same every game? No, it's not. It's this West Ham game. The reason why, because West Ham will play completely different than Liverpool. West Ham won't give you spaces. Unless West Ham suddenly David Moyes decided to change the way he plays football. Unless he decides to do that.
Yeah, look, I think again they should beat all the teams, but this has been the story since the beginning of the season, and they've dropped points and they've allowed Moyes to park the bus, and Rice looked ineffective because, I mean, he couldn't go and they couldn't go and dominate and press in the way City did when they have a low block, and no one really can. So the question is for me, can Arsenal stay in it up to that West Ham game, of course, but the City game is pivotal. If they can get to that City game, winning all the games or matching what City and Liverpool do in terms of wins and losses and points in that span, then they're definitely in it, of course. And then that's when you're looking at that game thinking, okay, can they do the business against City? And again, that's going to be another test. Can they go and manage that big game? But until then, again, it's as you said, can they break down those low blocks?
Do you believe they can though? They did against Forest on Palace. Do you believe they can though?
They can, not on a consistent basis for me, because I think they create chances, but they won't score. If we look at their goals, even against Liverpool, good goals. The first goal was a good goal to score.
They're all in spaces.
But they're all in spaces.
They're all in spaces, yes.
Havertz misses that one-on-one, right? Which in another game, Alisson could have saved and it could have bobbled off the pitch or gone somewhere else, and it wouldn't have gone into the path of Saka, and everything else was in spaces. Are they going to go and have that space? Is Saka going to come clutch? Is Havertz going to come clutch? Because Havertz, let's be honest, if that ball didn't drop to Saka and the ball just got cleared, we'd be roasting. We'd be roasting Havertz now. We'd be roasting him for missing that one-on-one. So that's the problem Arsenal have. Now, Arteta's confident that these players can score goals. So now I guess we have to just wait and see.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, let me do, well, there's one super chat to be here, to be done here. Mafia Boss is saying Spurs will have a big call in this 3-horse race. I actually believe so. Because I believe that Spurs will play Arsenal. If I'm not mistaken, Spurs will play Man City. But I believe Liverpool hosts Spurs. I believe Spurs will have a big call in this race. Absolutely, Mafia. And anybody that says otherwise, you're just deluded, to be honest. You just don't want to. Listen, to be honest with you, I'm still not convinced with Arsenal. I'm convinced with this game. I'm convinced with the Arsenal game against Liverpool. Same as I said. By the way, I'm one of the people that said after Arsenal played Man City that the best team won. I thought the Arsenal deserved the win. Yes, it's a deflected goal, but I thought Arsenal deserved the win because they pressed high, the disposition. I think Arsenal deserved the win, and I think Arsenal deserved the win against Liverpool. And they actually deserved to be 3-0 or 4-0. Arsenal had plenty. Saka should have scored earlier. Havertz should have scored, not the Saka goal, the other one. They created abundance of chances. They should have won the game even more.
Martinelli should have scored because he allowed Konate to get back.
Yeah, but I am not convinced that this Arsenal. I'm not going to sit here and have a different energy because Arsenal won one game. You proved me wrong in that game. But you are the people, the same people, Arsenal fans, that before the game, you guys said we dropped the ball, we lost the chance of winning the league. Am I wrong? Do you remember? All Arsenal fans said that, yeah, we now have a slim chance because the 6 points that we lost against West Ham and Fulham. You are expected, to be honest with you, for you to have a chance of winning the league from the first day, you are expected to try at least to win your big games at home. Try. And you did. But you still lost the games against West Ham and Fulham. I still believe that Arsenal put themselves back in the title race. Simple, right? And I'm not going to change that. They put themselves back in the title race. It's in their hand. And I'm going to say that it wasn't in their hand. It is in their hands. It's in Liverpool's hands. It's in Man City's hands. None of the three teams now, I can say you bottle the league if you lose it. From this point on. None of you. None of the teams. Because each one of you play each other. Again, Liverpool play City, City play Arsenal. Right? So one game is not going to change I still think that Man City are favorites. Liverpool have quite like a little bit. The margin I said it yesterday. In the beginning of the season, the margin between City's probability of winning the league and Liverpool were much bigger than now. In hindsight, because I saw Liverpool play 23 games. Like it's not now clear favorites. And people don't believe that. But this is same as this. Arsenal now, I said before, circumstances can change opinions and can change where you stand. If Man City out of nowhere drop 6 points, we'll say Liverpool are favorites. I didn't see Arsenal winning the Liverpool game. I was wrong. I didn't see the signs of Arsenal putting that masterclass performances. I didn't see it. None of the Arsenal people were that confident that they're going to beat City. That they're going to beat Liverpool. They want to tell us now. None of the Liverpool lot saw this bad performance from Liverpool. People do revisionism. After the game's done, they tell you, yeah, I was confident Arsenal win. You weren't.
No, you weren't. You're lying, man.
No, you weren't.
You're lying.
You said if we win, it's going to be an effort, blah, blah. You didn't see the master class from Arteta against Jurgen Klopp. You had no idea that Nunes isn't going to play. You had no idea
Soboslai was
that Havertz.
Yeah.
You didn't have if I asked any Arsenal fan before the game, 90%, I'm not going to say most. If I'm going to ask 90% of the Arsenal, they would say, oh, play Havertz forward. No, this is shit.
Yeah.
Right? But he put a masterclass. So he proved us wrong. That's what people don't realize. They proved us wrong. It's not the other way around. Right? Now it's on them to continue this form for Arsenal. To continue this form for Arsenal and win the next games until you face City. And you still have to go to the Etihad.
And that's and listen, if you had to go and put it in probability, City winning at the Etihad is more likely than them winning at Anfield.
Again, another thing. When people tell me you didn't see the signs of Arsenal, you didn't see the sign of Arsenal going back to the title race. I didn't. Where was the signs when you lost to West Ham at home? Where was the signs when you lost to Fulham? Where was the signs? It's the same as saying City will drop points. Like, listen. Who does City play? City play Everton at home. If City play Everton at home and they drop points, people come and say, I told you so. You're lying. You just hope. You're lying. People think I'm hating on Arsenal. I'm actually not. I'm telling you the reality, people. Arsenal put a masterclass against Liverpool. Masterclass. Absolutely. Arteta schooled Jurgen Klopp, schooled him in the spaces. He schooled him. Simple, bro. Jerry, like, I actually, maybe Jurgen Klopp, the game against Real Madrid where he got smashed 5-2 at home is the same.
Yeah,
but I mean, Arteta schooled him.
No, he did. He did. The game plan to go and kind of keep the ball between Alisson, Konate, Virgil van Dijk, and McAllister to draw them in and keep them. And
have Odegaard behind McAllister and have Havertz run between Konate and come on.
And do I mean and really going and pressing where you're seeing Gabriel pressing right onto Gravenberch. Do you know what I mean? And forcing us to go long and then trying to go and deal with it, and we couldn't go and do that. It was a masterclass. I was sitting there watching the game, embarrassed in the Arsenal end, didn't the clock end? I was with the Arsenal fans watching the game, embarrassed at what I was seeing. So yes,
yeah, people think. Listen, to be honest with you, like I did not expect Arteta to actually exploit every guys. I didn't know. Someone told me yesterday that this is a historic XG against Liverpool since he started recording it in the league. Historic XG. That's down to Arteta's masterclass. Yeah. Why is that so hard to understand? Arteta literally used Havertz as the best utility in the game. Why are people surprised? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Like I don't know. I think people have an Arteta agenda, isn't it?
No. I am surprised that he was able to. Okay. Why? So I'm sorry. Why are people against this schooling thing? It is a schooling thing.
No, it was. As in, there was nothing Klopp could do really to stop the tactic.
Yeah.
At halftime, he made a change, and the change made a bit of a difference. Liverpool got some chance. We had Curtis Jones had a shot, McAllister started having shots, and we looked like the team in the ascendancy. But it wasn't anything sustained. Arsenal were able to go and defend really well as a team, and they're going to have to go and do that against the team. Look, Klopp just got it wrong, and this season I've been praising him. He's got a lot of choices and a lot of a lot of tactical decisions and substitutions. He's got them right. In this game, they were wrong.
100%. Arsenal thing to do is losing against West Ham. I don't think it's going to happen. German chicken wing. I don't think it's going to happen.
So however, what do you think? Do you think they win every single game then?
No.
Between now and
not
the
every
City
single game. I actually believe that all the three teams will drop points.
Okay. So where do you see City dropping points?
I'm going to look at it. Man.
Because you looked at it and were like, oh no.
Bournemouth away. Bournemouth away. Yeah.
Did you see what Liverpool done to Bournemouth?
Yeah, I believe that Bournemouth at that time. I believe so. I believe it can happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. I get you.
But Bournemouth are playing good football. Why are people like, come on? Bournemouth play good football. Bournemouth aren't a bad team at home. Okay, listen, Jerry. If we sit here and say, that City will win every game, why are we watching the league?
It's the hope, isn't it? This is football. Why was I watching the game yesterday, Mo? Ask me a question as a Liverpool fan. Why was I watching the game? Why did I get a bit excited when I saw, oh my God, Tony's through on goal? When Malpe scored the goal, why was I, oh my God, are they going to drop points? You let me know. It's the hope.
Listen, I believe that City, I don't believe that City are perfect, right? Nor Liverpool, nor is Arsenal. Look at the points. Look at the way they play, like compared to last season. Look at how Arsenal play compared to last season. Liverpool are better, of course. But listen, I'm not saying, people just misconfuse. I actually don't think that anybody will win every game, but it's a possibility. I don't have a crystal ball to predict the future. Jacob, I want to tell you something. I'm calling you out. You keep saying more waffles. Tell me anything that I said that you think I'm waffling. Tell me why I'm waffling. Why do you think I'm waffling though, Jacob? And instead of keep saying I'm waffling, maybe you have an argument then. Maybe you do. Tell me why I'm waffling. I'm not sure if you're an Arsenal fan or something.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah,
And people are Arsenal fans.
So.
You guys are very sensitive. Same. Okay, to be honest, I'm very sensitive about Inter. A lot of Liverpool fans are sensitive about Liverpool. A lot of Man City fans are sensitive about Man City. I know that everyone is sensitive about it, right? A lot of people are sensitive, right? And when I speak about Arsenal, you guys want me to sit here and just absolutely tell you that Arsenal are the best team in the world, that you won against Liverpool, you're going to win every freaking game. Okay, you beat Bournemouth 4-0. Absolutely fantastic. But if you're actually watching Bournemouth, you beating Bournemouth 4 doesn't mean. Okay, let me give you an example. Arsenal lost to West Ham and at home, and Man United smoked West Ham 3. All right then. What are we saying about that? I'm just proving that football isn't what you think. Liverpool beating Bournemouth 4-0 doesn't mean that Man City will beat Bournemouth 5-0. It just doesn't.
Yeah, like Johnny D, your comment there saying that Mo's waffling because we didn't see the signs. We should have been 3-0 up in the FA Cup. That's one game. Since then, Liverpool have gone back, have scored 4 goals in their last 3 games. 4 out of the last 3 games, they have scored 4+ goals. Liverpool were on fire. So the signs were actually at Liverpool. If you were to go and take that bit of form, it would have been, Liverpool's going to go and pump Arsenal. Even if it meant just scoring goals, because we're more clinical than you 9 out of 10 times. So I don't know where.
I don't get it, to be honest. Like, people just think that they had too many shots against Liverpool and stuff like this. The only game that I think Liverpool, before the Crystal Palace game, before they went to Dubai, that they were so dominant, and I said that, is against Brighton. They completely against Brighton. Before that, against Villa, they weren't great. I don't think in the Premier League against Liverpool, it was a 50-50. Against West Ham, against Fulham, I think that's what happened. Against Luton, the 4-3, they weren't dominant. But we'll see. I think we'll see. People are just, to be honest, I'm going to say it. You all are freaking sensitive about your team. You aren't going to wait. You want to just back your team without thinking. You guys don't want to think. And I got the gavel out. You guys don't want to think, to be honest. You guys don't want to think. Here you go. Cooler is saying maybe people are going on repetition, but from what I've seen this season, City ain't winning. Arsenal are favorites for me, followed by Liverpool. What? Thank you for the support and the super chat. But how are you seeing it this way, looking at the forms of both teams? Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. You know, Manchester City won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row. Arsenal are favorites. This is banter for sure. You're definitely bantering. For me, Arsenal are still third favorites until Arsenal have the best defense along with Liverpool. Okay, so Arsenal have the best defense along with Liverpool, and Liverpool have the second best offense behind Man City with 2 goals, and Arsenal have 47 goals only. How is that even? How do people come up with stuff like this? Thank you so much. But how do Cooler? I really like. How did you come up with this conclusion? Like this conclusion? How did it come up to you? Like because it's not history, by the way. It has nothing to do with history. Liverpool have the best. Liverpool have the best. Let me just respond to one thing. I'm sorry, Jerry. Liverpool have the best keeper. He is part of the defense, and I get what you're saying. And by the way, I said that many times, Castro. Me and Jerry actually sat here in the beginning and said Alisson saves a lot of chances. However, lately, before the Arsenal game, Liverpool don't concede a lot of chances because Van Dijk and Konate stepped up, and Gomez. People don't realize that since Gomez started playing at left back, Liverpool don't concede as much chances. They just don't. They absolutely don't. Andrew here is saying problem is Klopp plays for not to lose than win. I disagree, but fine. Really?
Yeah.
How do you, it's only the Arsenal game. Actually, the Arsenal game he played for the win. The guy pressed from the first minute. He literally wanted to win. He just approached it the wrong way. Guys, over 300 people here. We aren't even on 150 likes. Come on. Demand half the percentage. The like button is underneath your live chat. Come on, people. Hit that like button, people. Come on. You like the video. You don't like the video. Hit that like button. So, Jerry, I want to speak a bit about like get some questions in, people, if you want.
Yeah, get some questions in.
Yes, and get some comments. Cooler, he's responding to us. I say that because Arsenal and Liverpool are better defensively. I've watched all City, Arsenal, Liverpool games. City just look more shaky. Defense wins titles. If you look at it from that point of view, Man City just conceded 3 goals more than Liverpool and Arsenal, and I agree with you. Their defense conceded a lot of goals. But in the same time, their offense is fantastic. They can outscore the opposition. Absolutely. Like, they absolutely can outscore the opposition. And it's not that every game they concede 3 goals. They concede 1 goal every game. Maximum 1 goal. Only Newcastle scored 2. So, like, they don't concede more than 1 goal a game. You're telling me that this City, and actually in the last 8 games, they kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clean sheets in the last 9 games.
I think these guys are forgetting as well, this City team that you're talking about, you're referencing obviously the first half of the season where they didn't have Haaland and De Bruyne for a majority of that. now they do.
Do you believe City will go like last February? They won a treble this year. Do you believe that?
For them to win a treble? No.
No, you don't think this team is capable of winning a treble? Of going?
No, I think it's capable. I don't think they will. I can easily see them winning the double again. Not easily, but I think it's definitely possible for them to win the league and the Champions League.
Oh, they can't win a treble. Are they out of the cup and the FA Cup? No, they aren't out of the cup.
No, they're not out of the FA Cup.
They beat Spurs, so they are still in the FA Cup.
Spurs, so they're in the FA Cup. I just don't think. I think with this team, I think Pep Guardiola will take priority with the Premier League and Champions League because the Premier League's so tight this season. I think, yeah. I don't know. People saying it's not the same City. They're basing it off what?
Last season
in the games, but in the games where now, so in the last 3 games, if we're to go and use the last 3 games, has anyone looked at that City team and thought, oh man, they're just not the same as last season? People are looking at them thinking, oh wow.
No, against Spurs, dominant. Against Burnley, completely dominant. Against Burnley, should have been like 6-7-0. And against Brentford, they had plenty of chances. So no,
that's my
absolutely
point.
Not.
So essentially, they're clicking into gear now. This is the period where every season they click into gear. what you're hoping, what we need to hope now, or what Arsenal need to hope more so than Liverpool, is that your form is better in the second half of the season than it was in the first. If you can go and do that, then you're there or thereabouts. If not, then hey. And people saying they look less dominant based on what? I can show you the stats to show they're not in the last 3 games.
Yeah, Spurs was a
And
cup
people
game.
can't-
I know that. Why are people look? I literally
my
said a cup
God.
game. I literally said a
my
cup game.
God. Oh,
Against
God.
Newcastle, they looked a little bit shaken. At the end, you won it away from home. I think that's the game where you say, listen, it's a resilient City team. I still like. So
I'm confused.
why you're confused? Which
I
comment?
don't know. No, in general, just with all the I'm confused that why this narrative that City are still not the same City. I get it.
They aren't
So
the same
when they
City.
didn't have Haaland, no, they're not the same City, but they still look equally as dominant. They don't rely just on Haaland. We just saw it yesterday. Foden could score 3 goals. Haaland can miss a sitter. But they win the game 3-1, and they could have won by more. Vardy could have had 2 goals. This is the team that we're talking about. And yes, it's against Brentford, but it was dominant. Now, do you guys not think? Do you not think that City can go and win their remaining games in a similar fashion? Let someone, I want not you, but someone in the chat, let me know where you think City drop their next points in the next 5 games. I know you said Bournemouth at home.
I
Does
said
anyone
Bournemouth
else
away,
think so?
away.
Bournemouth away. Bournemouth away. So Bournemouth away. Does anyone else think, apart from Bournemouth away, that City are going to go and drop points anyway? If they perform to that level. And they're a consistent team. So to say they perform to that level isn't beyond imagination. And then you get the comments saying I'm twerking for City. You know what? Let's just move on. It's like logic hurts people.
No,
it doesn't matter. Arsenal are going to win the league. Arsenal are going to win the league, man. Look, they've got Saka, they've got Martinelli, they've got Arteta. Do you know what I mean? They've got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what they need. They're going to win the league. Let's go. That's what people want to hear. That's what people want to hear.
He told you guys, Arsenal winning the league. You can clip this, put it on
Clip
Twitter,
it. Arsenal
and expose.
are winning the league. Arteta, listen, Saka's going to get 30 goals from now to the end of the season, and you're going to get to the Champions League final.
This is fantastic content. What do you guys want?
Look at all the smiles now. Look at all the smiles. Look at all the smiles. Arsenal looks strong. Look, they're loving it. They do. They look amazing. There's no faults in their game. Havertz, he might be signing of the season at the end of the year. Don't you think, Mo, if they win the league?
Yeah, I have a question here. I have a question here that about Inter, just to soften the mood. Mo, do you want Inzaghi to prioritize points in the league over the Champions League? Yes, but I believe that we have the team to play both. But yes, I would like Inzaghi to do that. Keep going, guys. Mo, you are an Inter Milan fan. Oh, that's why. What? I don't know what that means, Brandon. You're an Inter Milan. I don't know what that means. Brandon, what does that mean? I'm an Inter Milan fan. What does that even statement mean? Oh, you're triggered the chat. You triggered the chat.
Yeah.
Guys, why are you so triggered? I don't get it.
Oh, man, I'm just salty.
Oh, guys, by the way,
Apparently
Jerry's here every Tuesday. And by the way, guys, see how Jerry talks? Next week, I have a surprise for you on Tuesday. We will be joined by a couple of people. It'll be even amazing. So I want you guys to turn on, like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. They think Inter is a small club. No. Yeah.
Inter in Milan. Oh, my God.
Mo, elaborate. Next week, I have a surprise on the show. Me, Jerry, somebody else. And by the way, tomorrow, we have Jacob and Kunle people. I think this is one of the favorite shows. Jacob from United Spurs of America and Kunle. So you have to turn on your notification bell.
Yeah. Kunle absolutely cooked Don yesterday. It was hilarious. It was hilarious on the terrace.
Mo is Inter Milan. I don't like. I really want to get whoever Brandon. Okay, Brandon Adam. Can you explain to me what you said about freaking Inter, bro? What do you mean Mo is an Inter fan? I'm not leaving here, for fuck's sake, until you fucking tell me what the fuck do you mean by an Inter fan? What does that even fucking mean? Genuinely, what the fuck did you mean when you told me, Mo, you're an Inter fan? What does that even mean, bro? Seriously.
Maybe when you're saying you're Inter Milan, is saying that you're.
I don't get it. What does that even mean?
The club, you are as big as the club. Judge Mo is as big as Inter Milan. Inter Milan aren't a big club. Maybe that's what he's alluding to. I don't know. I'm trying to help him out.
Who the
Brandon's
fuck did he support to tell me that?
I don't know. Where's Brandon? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
I don't get it. Mo is an Inter fan. I'm like, he literally put the comment and just left. I'm like, what's that mean? Cooler. Who's winning AFCON? You know it's written in the star, bro. You know it's written in the star. It's Nigeria.
You know it's Nigeria.
You know it's written in the star.
It cannot be Nigeria. They're going to be unbearable.
You know it's written in the star that it's going to be Osimhen. His price is going to go up. Anyway, listen, this is absolutely fantastic. Listen, people. Well, I enjoyed the show. You know, to be honest with you, and people in the comments know that, I actually like when people in the comments get involved to tell me what they think, even if it's banter, because it makes the show what it is.
Facts.
People think I am beefing with the comments and I hate the guys in the comments. Kunle was burning the food. He didn't cook. Don.
I knew he was watching.
Big up, Don. Don. Jerry mentioned you and you popped. You popped out of nowhere.
I'm triggering everyone today. That's what's happening, man. Everyone's popping out.
Don, come on. You can't cook Don about Chelsea because Don is against everything that they're doing now. Everything. Everything. Like Don, like I can't cook someone who said, like Lewis, Don is like pot shout, I want Bowley out, everything's that. The only thing that Don said, like I think, is that in the beginning of the season, it's just something about the Chelsea squad and everything, which is we disagree. You hate Premier League, Mo. This is what I don't hate the Premier League. Stop this bullshit. The reason why, of course, I gave a balanced view on the club. It's all documented. It is done. It's documented. The only thing is that I disagree with Don about Chelsea. And I'm going to have a Chelsea talk this evening. The only thing I disagree with Don about Chelsea, and I'm not going to turn this into Chelsea talk because I'm going to speak about them tonight, is that I actually think that some of the Chelsea people overrate the squad, think that they are better than what they actually are. That's the only problem with me and Chelsea. Let me do this super chat from German Chicken. The same rattled Arsenal fan would start saying the season is done if they lose against West Ham. Arsenal fans are just like weather. A lot of Arsenal fans, after the Fulham and the West Ham game, he said, bring me the Champions League. They already lost the hope in the league. They didn't believe, but now they are triggered. German Chicken, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They lost against Fulham and West Ham. They said we're done with the league. The league is over for us. To be honest, that's what happened. And now they won against Liverpool. And holy, what do you need, Oli? Anyway, listen. This was absolutely fantastic, Jerry. I really appreciate you. This was a good show, people. You triggered me, and Jerry triggered you. And this is it. But listen, people, turn on the notification bell, hit that like button, get us to 200 likes at least. I believe that there is 15 likes left for 200 likes. You can get me to 200 likes. I know that underneath the live chat, I know for a fact that you can absolutely hit that like button, right? Underneath the live chat. People, get me to 200 likes. I'm not leaving here. What's your favorite Premier League club? I don't. That's what makes me great. That's what makes me the best. Because I don't. I speak it as it is. And to be honest, the best thing about me is that I trigger every fan base. City fans think I hate their club the most. Liverpool fans think I hate Klopp. Arsenal fans, since I'm against Arsenal, Chelsea fans say I'm against them, and Man United fans think I absolutely hate the club. I did my job. I 100%. I'm doing my job as a fair judge because each and every one of you think I hate your club.
Mo, I'm not gonna lie, that's a cop out. Who's your favorite Premier League team?
I don't. I really
That's
don't
a
have a
lie. There has to.
Wallahi,
It's
I
like me
don't.
watching it.
I tell
Who
you, do you
do you
want
follow
honesty?
players more than?
Okay, do you want
follow?
honesty?
Yeah, go
Okay,
on.
it's every year I have a soft spot for somebody, and it's always the underdog.
So
This is
this
the
year,
reality.
who's your soft spot for? Arsenal? Oh no,
So
sorry,
this
Arsenal are
season,
favourites. Arsenal are favourites, so it can't be.
So this season I wanted Arsenal or Liverpool to win the league. And in the beginning of the season, I don't Spurs guys. If you know my opinion about Spurs, you will hate me, but I'm gonna tell you. So basically, Jerry, this is what happened. I started watching the Premier League religiously in 2003, 2004 when it came to TV in Egypt. That's the season when everyone was thinking this is Man United season or not, we don't know. And Arsenal were amazing. And then Mourinho, because I believed what Mourinho did in the Premier League, no other manager did ever. Coming in first year,
Chelsea.
coming in, it's Mourinho, it's not Chelsea. And then after this,
he's a Chelsea fan chat.
And then after this, there was Chelsea battling Man United. And then after this, in the early 2010s, I wanted Man City to win the league because it was a good story for me. It was a really underdog story, right? And now I want anyone to win the league but Manchester City. I don't give a shit who wins the league, but not Man City. The reason why I don't like dominance, and they are the dominant team. So I want in the beginning of the season, this is bro. Do you know on this channel I was called an Arteta fan? Do you know Northside and Lee Gunner called me the guy that defends Arteta?
Oh my god.
Do you know when Lee Gunner jumped on my channel when we had a show, Big Up Lee?
Yeah.
He came in and said, yeah, Mo, you defend Arteta so much that you are really an Arteta fan. I wanted Arsenal to win the league. And then now, because I believe Liverpool are closer to win the league, this is it. Right?
Yeah,
I just want an underdog to win the league. It's as simple as that.
I don't think you can never support Arsenal because they're not underdogs. They're favourites now.
They aren't favorites because of the chat.
No, they are. No, but they are. They are favourites.
That's what people think.
They beat Liverpool 3-1. They're favourites. So you can't support. I guess you have to support Liverpool.
I sat on the terrace defending Arteta, and I got a lot of shit about it. You know that? I got a lot of shit. But listen, I really don't have a favorite Premier League team. I'm not hiding it. And just to be honest, people don't understand one thing, right? There is one guy that approached me, Mahmoud, big up Mahmoud, and said, let's do a show in Arabic. In Arabic. Do you know that I told him that the show should be Big Five? Because I don't believe Spurs is part of a Big Six. It's not a Big Six. This is how I think about Spurs. Do you know why I think about Spurs like this way? And it's a very logical reason. When Chelsea got the money in 2003 and they were close to the top, they won trophies. So I'm going to compare three teams. Back in the days, there was no Chelsea, there was no Man City, there was no Spurs. Do we agree? It was Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal, and everyone used to come in at that time. Do we agree on this?
Yeah.
Okay, we agree on this. When Chelsea got the money, what they did when they're close to the top, they won the league, they won the Champions League, so they put a chair and they put nails in the chair. You cannot move them from top six, right? When Man City got the money, what did they do? They won the league, they won the Champions League now with a treble, and they dominated, right? So I'm going to tell you something. This is how I measure a top six. If in 10 years you don't make the Champions League, do you still but you're closer to the top? Are you still a top team in the top six? Liverpool? Let me tell you, when Liverpool took a dip, did you still consider a top team in the league?
A big team, not
a
the
big
top
team,
team.
a
No.
big six.
Yeah, but yeah,
Because of the amount of trophies that Chelsea won when they're close to the top, nobody can move them from that place, because you're always going to remember that 2 Champions Leagues, the league titles, the Mourinho era. If Spurs, this is why I don't consider Spurs are close to these 5 teams at all, by the way. They are a different level. And Spurs fans might get triggered, but this is me, right? If Spurs drop off and don't make top 4 for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, there is no base for us to sit on, or a chair to sit on and say, Spurs, you won trophies, so it's called solidify. What is it called? Solidify.
yeah, solidify. Yeah,
You didn't solidify your place in the top 6. You just didn't, because you didn't win trophies. Does that make sense? Chelsea did.
I agree.
Man City did. Liverpool have the history. Man United have the history. Arsenal have the history. Spurs don't. Like, if this is how I measure a big team, because I remember back in the days, Spurs weren't in the picture. It was Everton. There is something called the Everton Cup. The younger fans won't know this. There is a term in English football, it's called the Everton Cup.
Yes.
It's the team that comes out of the top 4 when Chelsea joined, the 5th. It used to be Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United. And whoever comes 5th or 6th, it used to be the Everton Cup. It didn't used to be called Spurs Cup before Man City. It was only Big 4. And if one of the Big 4 drops out of the top 4, it made news. Do you remember that? If Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United.
It was a 4. It was a 4 because City weren't even there. It was a 4.
Yeah, it was 4. People don't remember this. This is why I consider Spurs are a tier way below Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Man United. And I have reasons for it, and I explained it. Because Spurs, when they were close to the top, they didn't win trophies. They just didn't.
But that's what it is. And the reason why they were able to go and be there is because of their successive, challenge, like top 4 challenges. They had Harry Kane. They've become a bigger entity as a club. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, but at the end,
they didn't win. They didn't win.
So, like, you have no you have no base, you have no foundation to sit on. If you stop making top 4, people are gonna forget that you were there, because Everton used to make European places. Aston Villa used to be there. You have to win trophies when you are close to the top, which is what Man City did and what Chelsea did. That's what solidified their place in the top over the English football. Simple.
Facts.
Simple. People just get triggered. This is why, for me, I don't consider Spurs part of that top. It should be, to be honest, it should be top 5. Spurs are there because of the finances and the good stadium and challenging for top 4 many times and making a Champions League final once. Spurs fans get triggered, but it is the truth. It's reality. You just don't have to. You don't want to face it anyway. Listen, this was dragged to a different conversation. I hope people enjoyed it. That doesn't mean you can't do it, Spurs. That doesn't mean you can't do it. It doesn't mean you still can do it, because you have a Ange Postecoglou that can win you trophies.
Oh man.
He can, though. He's very good. He can.
He can.
Listen, people, really appreciate you. Jerry James in the description. He did it. He's there. His channel is growing massively. He puts content out there every day. It's absolutely fantastic. 7 likes away from 200. I believe you can do it. People. It's simple. Do it. Before you go, hit that like button, and the chat is flying. I don't know why. But thank you, everybody that supported the channel. Sent a super chat. Turn on notification bell. And I will see you guys later tonight. And we are out of here, people. We'll see you. We'll see you guys.
Take it easy.